Welcome if this your first time on the channel. Today we listening to Ebro and Hoffa. Both say Drake don't have a classic album, and they explain it.
I'm not considering that Drake has any unilateral classics that would be seen by the culture.
Both have different reasons for saying this, but I'm gonna get into it because I definitely don't agree with this. But Ebro said something that went viral on Apple, so now he's re-clarifying what he meant by saying Drake don't have classic albums. So we're gonna get into that first. Make sure you subscribe if this your first time here. Click that like button. That's how they push the video. Click that hype button. That's how they push the video. Now let's go.
About Drake having classic albums.
Okay.
We were having a conversation at Rap Life Review about, I don't know, a laundry list of things where you're waiting on an artist to deliver your expectations, what you want from them.
Okay.
There's an ongoing conversation around, and you've had it, you've expressed this, Rosenberg, but Low on the show, and Rap Life Review expressed it as well, around waiting for Drake to drop a classic hip-hop album. Like, everyone knows he can, and I'm constantly like, but that's not what he wants to do, bro. Like, he's doing it his way, and he's got classic albums. Anyway, I referenced him not having classic albums. They took that clip of me just saying that.
They love it.
And I mean, the OVO hoes ran it.
But you weren't even saying that.
I was not saying.
What did you say in the clip?
They just literally took me saying that. I was like, and like Drake not having classic albums.
And Drake doesn't have a classic.
But you weren't saying that, though.
But I was referencing a list of other items,
Okay.
if I recall. But anyway, they took the clip and ran it up. It was great promo. I appreciate it. Complex put out a whole list of Drake's albums. People were arguing, how does Drake not have classic albums and he still got albums in the Billboard 200?
Facts.
Drake has classic albums. The conversation has constantly been, are they classic hip-hop albums? And that delineation, I believe, is important. I've always thought it was important.
Yeah, and people also debate if he's like top 5 because he's been known to also collaborate with people.
So there's a lot of asterisks and question marks around Drake. That's not something I made up or my own. That's the conversation.
Yeah.
And in this case, you weren't even the person saying it.
I wasn't even the person saying it, but they love to. I love the promo.
Congratulations, you're inspired.
Listen,
And they love having you be the anti-Drake
That's
person.
right. They love that.
But I this has been an argument for a long time. I don't, guys, I don't know what Drake's classic album is.
Okay. They are saying two things. One, maybe he don't have a classic because of the ghostwriting rumors, right? And if you're reading this, it's too late. A bunch of stuff came out. So we know he had other people writing on it where it was collaborations. I don't think that should discredit him for collabing with somebody, because the crazy thing about collaborations is everybody do it. Whether you collab on a verse, whether you look back and go, hey man, you got a bar for me? Not many people do that. Wayne have explained how Mac Main have gave him bars. So you're like, oh, Mac Main writing for Wayne now? No. People collab with people. That's how you make the best music. And a lot of rappers that write their entire verse, they still collab with people. Because the chorus, that's what mattered the most. I'm going to tell y'all something. The thing that mattered the most on every record is the chorus, the bridge, and the beat. If you had to put them in order, you would go the production first.
Simplicity is the key to a lot of the hits, a lot of the great things.
It's true.
And it's when you stop trying to be a scientist.
Then the chorus, then the bridge, and then the verse. When you're talking about what matters the most. And a good example to really break that down, let's say you gave 50 Cent, instead of him having In the Club, you gave him Nelly Hot in Her. He's gonna make a hit record if it already got the beat, if it already got the hook, and all he has to do is get on the record and write the verse. If you gave Nelly In the Club and it already got the hook, it already got the production, the Go Shawty, it got everything. All Nelly got to do is write verses. He's gonna make a hit record. The verses are the least valuable thing on the song. Now they matter. I love a dope verse, but the chorus matters more. It's a bunch of stuff that matters on a song other than just the verse. Now, when it comes to the collabing thing, that really came out on If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. And even when talking about the reference tracks, we know Drake did some editing. He wrote on the records too. All right. So if you wanted to discredit him for that, then okay, we could throw that album out. I thought that album was a classic when it dropped, but I understand people saying, hey, he collabed with people on it. I don't mind a collaboration, me personally, but if a person is literally writing your record, your entire record, or if a person is writing for you all of your records, then it's like, okay, you're not you can't write a song, so Drake can definitely write, but he have collabed with people, and I know he took a Lil Yachty song before too, the whole thing, so I understand what people saying, but for me, as long as you can write and you write most of your stuff, I'm okay with it, but if we throw that album out, you got Take Care. And this leads us to their second point. They are saying Drake don't make a hip hop album. So that would take off Take Care because it is a lot of singing on Take Care, even though he got some fire songs on it. And Take Care definitely is a classic album. But if you're trying to say it ain't enough rap, okay, I understand what you're saying because he do got some songs like Crew Love and, Marvin's Room. Okay, I understand what you're saying. But think about the other songs. Look What You Done. The Ride. I mean, come on now. Hell yeah, fucking right. Like, these are great underground kings. Headlines, Shot For Me, Over My Body, Over My Dead Body. Like, these are records that are dope records. Lord Knows with Rick Ross. Cameras. These are fire records where he's rapping. And he's rapping great. So I would give him credit for that too, but I understand why they taking that off. Now, this is the one where if you're talking rap, I think it is a undeniable classic for Drake.
The reason why Nothing Was the Same is my favorite album is because of the fact that it was probably my most concise album.
And that's Nothing Was the Same. I don't even think you can debate it. He don't got no ghostwriting rumors on this. He didn't sing a lot on this. Literally the only song he's singing on for the entire song is Hold On, We're Going Home. On every other song, he raps on it. Different styles of rap, but he raps on every other song. And it's so much fire on this album. He got the big hits, started from the bottom. He got All Me. So if you're a person that's like, it need hits, he got that. If you're a person that's like, he need album cuts, Tustin Leather, fire. The Language, fire. I mean, he got a bunch of album. Pound Cake is on this. Too much. Like, this is fire. This album right here, I believe, is the undeniable classic that is a rap classic record that you can't get away from when you're talking about Drake's catalog. Now, let's get into Math Hoffa because what he said is even more wilder than what Ebro said. Let's listen to Math. He talking to Rory and Mal too.
There's a lot of artists who probably kind of missed the whole concept of the album.
Okay.
And they make a compilation instead of making an album, a body of work that's in sync, that kind of like twists and turns, but it's all connected. Not many people, that's like a missing art nowadays.
Okay, but
like Drake don't have a classic.
What?
He don't have a classic, bro.
Well, y'all niggas just sat here and told me that
nothing was the same as a classic.
Jadakiss got 3 classic albums, and now you're telling me
nothing was the same
that Drake don't have
closest.
Nothing was the same as a classic album.
The closest.
Take Care?
Take Care is next.
Classic start to finish.
But Matt, I think that's so unfair too of the era that they were in. They couldn't even concentrate on doing that shit because post fucking 2005, 6, yo, you were in the volume game.
Now, Math is talking about your album gotta make sense, and when you go through the album, everything need to be connected. I believe Math Hoffa is saying why a lot of artists make horrible albums. I think on every album, a lot of artists try to do that. And I think on every album, you just can't do that. It's just, you got one mind, dog. On every album, you're not going to be able to pull it off to where everything is connected. You're going to start having bad albums. I just seen it happen when Kendrick came back after taking that time off. Damn was a classic. Good Kid, Mad City. I mean, come on now. That went out of her. And To Pimp a Butterfly is a great album, right? But when he took that time off and he came back with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and, you know, he's trying to make everything connect. They gave him the Grammy for that record and everything, but that just wasn't it, dog. That was not a great album. That wasn't a good album to me, because on that, it's like you got 5 songs on the first disc that I thought was very good. That second disc was trash because he's trying to connect everything. And I think a lot of artists try to do what Math said, and they end up making bad albums. Some albums are going to be classic, and everything not going to connect. Some albums going to be classic, and it's not like you could play every song. Some going to be classic because they got 5 hit records on them. To me, All Eyes on Me, classic, undeniable classic. But in some songs, I skip on that. Same thing with Life After Death. He got some songs I skip on that. J. Cole got an album that's a double disc. I don't skip any songs, but it don't got the hits like All Eyes on Me. You know what I'm saying? I think Fall Off is probably going to be remembered as a classic as time go on. Once he start performing these records, they're going to get even bigger and they're going to live for a long time. But you could get a classic in different ways. That's what I'm trying to say. Listen to Good Kid, Mad City, and then listen to Damn. These are 2 separate sounding albums. Both of them actually do connect, and they are classics too. So Kendrick was able to do it, and it was classic. But look at some of Kanye West albums. It just don't all connect, and they be classics too. You know, so you could get it in a bunch of different ways. It's all up to the person listening. But y'all let me know, how many classics do you think the big 3 got? And do you think all of them have at least one? Because I definitely do. I think Ebro and Math is tripping. Put it down in the comments. As always, if this your first time here, make sure you sub to the channel. Click that like button. Y'all be easy. Be safe. Peace.